get in position. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Maria, and today's video is going to be a sit down video because I am finally getting around to doing my nose job Q&A. Hooray, that took long enough. A lot of shit has gone down in the past month that made it difficult for me to do this. I also wanted to wait to film this until after I had my 1 month post-op visit with my doctor because I just wanted to like give it more time to heal a little more and like finish off the experience. Well, I'm not really done with the experience because I still have a couple more visits to go with him, but like just like be like a bit more healed and like less swollen to do it. So I have all your questions here that you guys asked me on Instagram. So I'm going to be answering them as well as going into a little bit more detail about other things that maybe questions weren't asked about but I think are important to mention. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing I want to say / do is just show you my nose. So I am going to be keeping up with like updating on Instagram. I just posted a 1.5 month update on my Instagram story like the other day. So if you want to be more updated and like following along with the journey of like the healing process, follow me on Instagram. It's at Maria Victoria. It's linked down below. Because after this video I probably won't be really updating much on my YouTube channel anymore, maybe like here and there sporadically in like a vlog or something, but this is gonna be like the last nose job video for a while. I probably won't do another one for like a whole year after like my final year of healing ends. So yeah, if you want more content updates, make sure you're following me on Instagram. I'm gonna show you guys my nose. This is what it looks like a 1.5 months. So this is from the front and this is the bottom of my nose. I think it's so freaking cute. I'm obsessed with it. And then at an angle from this side, then my side profile, and then angle, side profile. So I don't know if you can tell, but this side of my nose is less swollen than this one, and that's completely normal. Obviously like the swelling is going to go down differently in every area, but yeah, this side of my nose is way less swollen right now than this side. That's why they look a little different. I do notice differences every single day when I wake up, so like the final results won't show for 6 months to a year. But every single day I wake up and I notice a difference in my nose. Like it's just little things that like I see that I'm like, oh, it's a little bit less swollen, or that's a little bit more defined, like, you know what I mean? Like just little things that I notice here and there as the days go by. But without further ado, let's get into the questions. So the first question I'll speak. The first question, which is I think a very important question to answer because I had this question and not a lot of people answered it accurately, is how much is a nose job, a rhinoplasty? So rhinoplasties can vary in price from surgeon to surgeon, city to city, state to state, country to country. It all varies. There is like an average cost, but the recommended average cost is not the same as like the actual average cost of a nose job. I'm gonna give you guys a piece of advice and like do with it as you will. Google says the average nose job can cost from $3,000 to $5,000, $6,000, pushing it a little bit. And from the bottom of my heart, if I'm gonna say one thing in this video, is do not get a $3,000 to $6,000 nose job. I don't recommend it. No surgeon would probably recommend it. No good surgeon would probably recommend it. No one who's gotten a nose job would probably recommend it. Mine was $8,000 at my doctor's office, and I got mine done in Miami, Florida. So do with that information as you will. It can be more expensive than that. I've heard people get it in Beverly Hills for like $15,000, and that's a bit much in my opinion, but anything below like $7,000 I just probably wouldn't recommend. But obviously like it's up to you guys. I can only give you advice from like my experiences and what I've researched and seen other people say. As long as you feel comfortable in your gut with your surgeon, then that's your choice. It's just not something that's usually recommended by most surgeons to get anything really cheap. Another thing that's not really recommended is to go out of the country to get it. So I know a lot of people go like to like their like countries where they're from, or like to a foreign country to get it done. And like, yeah, you could find a really good surgeon there, and it could be a lot cheaper. But the issue with that is once you come back to the States, if you have any complications and you need to get like emergency surgery, or someone just needs to fix something, most surgeons refuse to touch like a nose that's been like has had prior work done in another country, in a foreign country. That's just the way the surgeons work here in the States. Majority of them will refuse to like fix it, so you end up having to like go back to the country, and like it's just a hassle. Honestly, if you can't afford to get it in the States, I just recommend you wait, unless you're gonna be in that country for like a while after the healing process. Then you know stay a while, see how you're healing and everything. If there is any complications, you can just go back to your same surgeon. But definitely really think that through. That seemed really scary to me, so it's not something I would have done. Next question is, does it hurt, or did it hurt? I got this question a lot, constantly. I'm gonna say one thing: it really looks a lot worse than it is. It really, really does. Since it is so delicate and it's on your face, and like people get really badly bruised and swollen, like it seems a lot scarier than it really is. And I had never gotten surgery before, so I was going into this like, holy shit, I'm gonna die. Like, I am not pain tolerant. Well, with certain pains, like I can't take it. Like I literally thought I was gonna die going into this, because I'm a really big pussy when it comes to pain. And I swear on everything I love when I tell you I did not feel pain once. Not once. The only thing I felt was insane pressure on my face. Like, imagine someone's like standing on your face. That's what it felt like. But it didn't hurt. It just felt like pressure. And when I took the pain medication, it was to relieve that pressure, because the pain medication helped with the pressure on my face. But I never once took pain medication for the pain. I was not in pain. It didn't hurt. It was just uncomfortable. Like, it really was. So if you're not good with pain and you really want to do this, but you're scared because of the pain, just do it. I promise you it's not gonna hurt. Like, I don't do well with pain, and it did not hurt me. Like, literally the only pain I really got was like headaches, and we all get headaches. Like, that we can deal with headaches. But it really didn't hurt. Honestly, it didn't hurt when I got the stitches out either. I was so nervous for that. I'd never gotten stitches in my life. But getting the stitches out didn't hurt either. I really didn't feel it at all. I don't know if it's my nose was still numb a week after or what, but I didn't really feel it. I think the most pain I felt was like getting the cast off, like the feeling of the cast lifting off. It just created a lot of pressure on my face, and it hurt like a tiny bit. But that was really it. Like, I promise you guys, it's really crazy to say because it looks really bad during the recovery process, but it doesn't hurt. It really, really doesn't. Well, this question was prior to me filming this. I guess they were asking it during my recovery, but how are you feeling? I'm gonna answer it in like past tense, so like obviously I'm fine now, but I was really feeling really well. I don't know if that's normal or if I was just like an abnormal case, but like I was feeling amazing. The only day I was really like, you know, a vegetable for was the day of my surgery, and I think it's only because my surgery was really early, all the way in Miami, and I live about an hour away from Miami. So like my surgery, I had to be there at like 7:37, something like that. So I woke up at like 5. I was really tired, and like that day I got back and I just slept all day. But after that, like I was really like up and about, like doing things. Like I was able to like get my own food. I would get up and go to the couch and like just walk around. Like I really was not feeling bad at all. I did feel like extreme fatigue at certain points, and it just because like certain things like take a lot of energy, because after your body goes through surgery, obviously like that takes a toll on your body. So I did feel like extreme fatigue at certain points, but that's really it. I never got nauseous. I never felt the urge to throw up. Nothing crazy. Like I felt great, but you know, that's just my experience. I've seen a lot of people feel worse. So take that as with a grain of salt. Like, don't think that just because I was feeling great, you're gonna feel great and you're gonna be able to do all these things. I definitely would go into this experience expecting the worst, because then it's not gonna seem as bad. Because that's what happened to me. I went in it thinking like I was gonna fucking die. and I had the best experience ever. So I think if you have like really high expectations of pain and like how you're gonna feel, then what it's actually like ends up being less, if that makes any sense. I don't know if I made sense, but it made sense in my head. Next question: how long was the whole process from the consultation to actually getting the nose job? So this process is fairly relative because it can be as long and as short as you want it to. So when I went into my consultation, the thing is, in a normal case, you would go to multiple consultations with multiple doctors. That's the normal case. That's what people normally do. You know, that's just how it works normally. You go to multiple consultations with different doctors and then you decide which one you want to go with. For me, the process was a little quicker in that sense because I knew what surgeon I wanted from the get-go. So I got my surgery done with Dr. Gersey at Plastic Surgery Institute of Miami in Coral Gables, Florida. And I actually had known him for a while because like about 10 years ago, my mom got breast augmentation and a tummy tuck with him. So he was already like, you know, a trusted family doctor. Like, we knew him. My mom had a really great recovery. Her scarring was not bad at all. Like, it just went really great for her. And although it was different surgeries, I just felt like I could trust him. So when I told my mom I wanted to get my nose done, she like sent me his Instagram and I looked through it. She was like, you know, like, you could look through other doctors, but just like take this one into consideration because we already know him, we know he's good, this and that. And when I went on his Instagram, I saw that he specializes in nose jobs. It's one of his favorite surgeries to perform. He loves doing it, and the results were amazing. Like, I was in love because the way his results would come out is that the noses wouldn't really seem fake or like done. Like, a lot of people look at me like, I just started a new job, and like the people I've met there like don't know I had a nose job unless I tell them. You know, it doesn't look done, it doesn't look fake. It looks like it could be my natural nose, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want to look crazy fake. I didn't want to look like all done up. I wanted it to be really natural. I didn't want my face to change. I just wanted certain features of my nose to be different and enhanced. So in the instant I saw his Instagram and that he specializes in nose jobs and that he performs them so frequently, I knew I wanted it to be him. Honestly, the only way I wouldn't have done it with him is if the cost would have been like crazy high when I went into the consultation. But other than that, like, there's nothing that could have drawn me away from him. So after I went into my consultation, I went to my consultation like at the end of September, and they had surgeries as early as like beginning of October, like first 2 weeks of October. And so from then on, like, I could have gone through the whole process a lot quicker, but just for reference, I went in my consultation at the end of September and didn't get my surgery until the second week of December. The reason being is that I was a college student at that time, and I wanted to wait until winter break to like fully recover and you know, just like not have to rush the recovery process. So I wanted my 2 full weeks of winter break to do that. Obviously, as we know, I ended up not going back to college, so like it didn't really matter at the end of the day at that point. But in that moment, I wanted winter break to do my recovery. I didn't want it to be like in October because then I would have had to like miss school and this and that, and like I just didn't want to do all that. But so that's what I mean by from the moment of the consultation to actually getting the nose job, the process is as long or as like short as you want it to be. It all depends when you want to schedule your surgery from then on, and if you feel like you need to go see another doctor or get other consultations. And there's a lot of in-between stuff. Like, after you go to the consultation, then you have to go to like your primary care physician and get like a bunch of blood work done and like a physical clearing you for surgery, and then you go back to the doctor for your pre-op appointment where they explain everything of how the surgery is going to go and everything. So there's a lot of in-between stuff. But yeah, the process from the consultation to actually getting the surgery can be as long or as quick as you want it to be. It all depends on you. How long is the recovery? So the recovery is a week long, the like actual surgery recovery. So I went in for my surgery a Thursday, and then the next Thursday after that I got my cast and my stitches out, and like that was it. For the surgery recovery, it's a fairly quick recovery. A lot of people think it's a lot longer than it actually is, but it's really short. It's really easy to recover from it. It's nothing crazy. As much as it seems really bad, it's really nothing crazy. The actual results though don't show for 6 months to a year. So what I saw like the day I got my cast off was not the final results. What I showed in my vlog the day I got my cast off was not the final results, and I think you guys can even tell looking at my nose in that video and looking at it now. My nose is completely different. It changed a lot, which is honestly something to keep in mind. And I saw it in so many videos before getting my nose done, and I still felt that way when I got my cast off. But when I got my cast off, my nose was so swollen. I looked so bad. I hated the way I looked. I'm gonna be completely honest, and every single nose job video you watch, they're probably gonna say the same thing 9 times out of 10, that they hated the way they looked and they wanted to cry and they regretted it. It's a natural thing that happens. It's your face, and you know, like a lot of people like go through depression after they get their nose done because they see that and they're like, why did I do that? I look so bad now, this and that. And that's honestly the way I felt. I cried for a couple days because I didn't like the way I looked. But little by little, my nose started going down. And like I said, I notice a difference every day now. And I'm obsessed with my nose now. Even just a couple days after getting my cast off, I was like, oh my gosh, like I look good. Like I don't look bad. And another thing that was throwing me off as well was like, not only was my nose swollen, but my face was still very stiff. I couldn't really move my top lip because your top lip is connected to your nose, so you can't really like move your top lip much when you're talking. So you can't really articulate properly. You just look weird when you're talking. I literally felt like, I kept telling my friends I look like the Grinch from the fucking movie The Grinch. Like I literally looked like that because he's wearing so much makeup in that movie that his like upper lip is connected to his nose, and like it doesn't move. Now I can like, you know, like move and speak properly. So that's another thing that was throwing me off. When I talked, I just looked really stiff and weird, and that threw me off a lot. But don't worry, it goes down. It really goes down. Your face starts going back to normal. Your nose starts going down in the swelling, and like little by little you're gonna start to love it. But yeah, recovery is a week, and then results won't show for 6 to 12 months after that. So you really have to be patient. It's something you really have to be patient with. Like, don't be alarmed at the beginning. Don't be upset at the beginning. Just be patient, and I promise it'll pay off. Next question. How was the doctor to you? So I already talked about who the doctor was, but I'm gonna just say it again. He's amazing. If you're in the South Florida area and you're thinking about getting a nose job, please go to him. Consider him as your surgeon. Just have a consultation and, you know, take him into consideration because he's really amazing at what he does. He's really good at his craft. If I had to do it again, I'd pick him again. I wouldn't, like I told you, like I saw his work and I didn't even feel the need to research any other surgeons. Like I just knew I wanted it to be him. He's so amazing. If you're not in the South Florida area but you're able to travel here to do it, do it. I promise you won't regret it. He is the best. Another one was, is taking a shower and sleeping hard? Okay, honestly, I've said this so much to like people in my life and like my friends. The surgery was a breeze. The recovery was a breeze. If there's one reason why I wouldn't do it again, it's the showering and sleeping part. I felt disgusting for a week. Like so gross. No matter how many times I showered, I still felt disgusting. I felt like I was not properly cleaning myself because you have to be very careful not to get the cast wet. So like washing your hair is like done. Like don't even think about washing your hair because it's not going to work properly. I tried to wash it and my hair was still oily once it was dry. You're not going to be able to properly wash your hair. You're not. So I recommend washing your hair the night before surgery because like it's going to be so difficult to wash your hair. Showering, you just, I'm a sleep sweater. Like I sweat in my sleep. And the whole cast situation wasn't making it better. I just felt like, and I was sleeping with so many pillows that like it was just so sweaty around my neck. I would wake up every morning drenched in sweat and feeling disgusting. I would shower like 2 to 3 times a day because I just felt gross. I felt gross and I didn't really fully feel clean until I got my cast off. And showering is hard. I had to take baths because you can't get the cast wet, so I didn't want to risk like water splashing on the cast with the shower. So I didn't feel like I was fully being cleaned, and it's really gross, but like it's just the truth, you know. Sleeping is the most difficult thing on the entire freaking planet. If you sleep on your back and you sleep with a lot of pillows, usually then I think my mom's home. Yeah, then it's not going to be a problem at all. Sleeping is not going to be a problem for you. I'm jealous. I'm really jealous of you. I don't sleep with a lot of pillows, and I also sleep on my side, and you're not allowed to do that. So you have to sleep elevated because of like bleeding and swelling and a bunch of other factors. So you have to sleep basically sitting up. That didn't work for me at all. I hated sleeping, and like I said, I would sweat a lot in my sleep because of the amount of pillows I had. So I would just wake up in the middle of the night sweaty as shit. Like, I just felt disgusting. I didn't feel comfortable. It was just really uncomfortable. Like, I'm not going to lie, I may be being dramatic right now, but if you're anything like me and you only sleep on your side, like, sleeping is freaking irritating. I would be exhausted because I had woken up so early for surgery, so like the exhaustion was accumulating every single day. I would be like exhausted to the point that I'm like falling asleep, and it'd be like 3 in the morning, and I would refuse to sleep because I hated sleeping so much that I would stay up late as shit because I didn't want to sleep, because it was so uncomfortable. Like, I would purposely stay up late so I didn't have to sleep, and it was just, yeah, sleeping and showering is really hard, but it's worth it. If you really want it, it's worth it. You just gotta push through. It's only a week, and it sometimes, like, honestly, the week went by really fast, but at the same time there were points that seemed eternal. But it's worth it. It really is worth it. Like, looking at myself now, I would do it again and again and again and again if I had to. But that's really the only bad part of the recovery. Everything else is a breeze. And then the last question I got was, what type of rhinoplasty was it? So it was just a general, oh, my mom's home and the door made a loud noise. It was just a general rhinoplasty. I didn't have no type of like septoplasty or anything like with my septum or like in my nose. It was for aesthetic purposes, for not for like breathing purposes or anything like that. Like, it was just for like appearance purposes that I got it done. So it was just a general rhinoplasty. I think that's it, to be honest. I might do another Q&A like my 1 year post-op or like 6 months post-op to see how things are healing, and like have you guys ask me questions again, but about like the like healing process, like the months after surgery. This was more of like a actual like right after surgery Q&A type video, I feel like. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you want me to do one later on after like it's been several months of healing and everything. And if you guys have any questions that I didn't answer that you think of, my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok are all always in the description boxes of my videos, and I reply to like all my DMs usually. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions that I didn't answer, feel free to DM me or message me. Just ask me any questions you have, and I'm more than happy to like chat with you about it. I know it can be a lot more comforting talking to someone about it after they've already gone through it. Like, I was really scared for a while, and then I talked to a couple people, and like my stepmom had a nose job, although hers was really different because she had it when she was 15, and obviously she's a whole adult now, so it's been a long time since then. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any other questions. I'd be more than happy to answer them. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you have any other questions, you can DM me and I will answer them for you. And let me know if you want to see a like update 6 months or a year after. I'd be more than happy to do a Q&A again. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you have post notifications on so you don't miss my next video. And follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to keep up with me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a lovely day.